Oh, Ravi, are you there?
Yeah,
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 okay,
he's there.
okay. Yeah, okay. So, my association with Ravi Joshi goes in our childhood. We've been in college together and stuff like that. Now, we railway enthusiasts in Pune owe great gratitude to his father, Bhau Joshi, who was sort of the magnet who held all the railway enthusiasts, all the railway modelers in the entire western part of India together. And he was the person who welcomed each and every person to come and sit together, talk about railways. He was a very skilled uh, engineer, so he had a complete machine shop. He says, "You do what you want, whatever regarding railways." And he started something called the Model Railway Society of Pune, which is on even now. And since we have very little time, let me hand it over to Ravi, and he will explain how a simple idea is now into a full-scale exhibition, and now they're actually making a business out of it. So, Ravi, over to you. Please share.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling me for this conference. I will start off with explaining what the museum consists of. Basically, the museum in Pune consists of an 18 feet diameter revolving platform which houses a miniature city. It's not just a museum which has displays on a shelf or something, but it is an entire city, and everything is working in that. And the entire city is made in the scale of 1:87, which is internationally known as HO gauge. And it has working models of various types of railways, a circus, a roller coaster, and many other working models. It is not a conventional museum with artifacts on display, but a live model. A couple of years ago, we have also started one more museum at Mapro Food Park, Y, on the way to Mahabaleshwar. Let me introduce my father, Mr. Balkrishna Joshi, or popularly known as Bhau Joshi. He was born in 1932 and he was an engineer by education. From his childhood, he had an interest in scale models. He used to make killas, or what is popularly known as killas, or models of forts, which is a popular pastime in Diwali in Maharashtra. So he used to make those sort of models from his childhood, and even there he used to have working models, but pulled by strings, you know. So that was where the hobby started. Later on, he went to England for a job, which is where he got introduced to the world famous hobby of model trains. He started his collection at that time. Back then in India, it was very difficult to nurture this hobby. For reasons known only to them, up to 1997, the import of model railways was banned by the government. As it is, the cost of these items is high, plus the ban, so it was very difficult to collect the items. It took him 40 years to collect what we now have in the museum. His intention behind this layout was to promote the hobby of model railways in India. He wanted people to work with their own hands and learn the intricacies of making scale models. Railway modeling is considered to be the queen of hobbies, since it incorporates learning of nearly all branches of science, such as physics, chemistry, geology, botany, various branches of engineering, like mechanical, civil, electronics, etc. Even photography finds a place in this hobby. In 1985, he first made a layout on a circular platform which was displayed in a busy part of Pune city. It was his intention to take this layout all around the country so that people from cities as well as villages would get to know about this hobby. To this end, we did take the layout to various villages and cities in Pune
Ravi, your video's frozen. Ravi, can you? Yeah, yeah. Good,
this
good.
museum.
Yeah. We lost you for a few seconds. So anyway,
Okay.
if you can just go back to the last sentence. Yeah.
In 1994, we planned to make a fixed museum at one place, which was at our factory. And now that is where the museum is. I'll play a video in the background, which will show what is there in the museum right now. So this museum was opened to the public on 1st April 1998. Unfortunately, Joshi passed away on 11th October 1998 due to cancer. From that time onwards, I have been running this museum. I have been working with Joshi from my childhood, and trains was a big passion from my childhood. So development of the hobby. Uh, hello.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, I have done my MSc in physics and later on doctorate in computer aided learning. I have been working with my father in the development of the museum from my childhood. After the museum was opened in 1998, we have tried to develop this hobby in India. We have tried various ways to do this, conducting workshops, making imported models available for sale, etc. One of the main reasons that the hobby has not developed in India is that until 1997, the import of model railways was banned by the government. Even after 1997, the import duty on these items is a massive 65%. Another conclusion that I've reached from the experience of past 25 years is that culturally in India, a hobby is something that you do up to your school or maybe college years. After that, very few people continue in the hobby. While if you see in America or Europe or Japan, a hobby is something that you do for a lifetime. So that is the cultural difference that I have observed. When the museum was started in 1998, all we had thought about was making the museum. Once it was done, then came the experience of actually running it. We started with keeping it open only on Saturdays and Sundays, but now it is open on all days of the week. We went through a lot of administrative changes in the first 5 years since we had no experience of running such a project. Some of the points which have to be considered are the maintenance. Maintenance is a major part of the work since all the artifacts shown here are actually running and not just static things. We have to keep the museum closed for 15 days in a year just to clean up all the layout. A few years back, we changed all the control panels and everything from electrically operated panels to computer operated panels. This was a one-time expense, but it has really reduced maintenance. The amount of electrical cabling which we were previously using was about 5 kilometers in a 18 feet diameter platform. But that has now come down to about 1 kilometer since most of the stuff is now controlled through the computers. It has also made it possible for us to have operate the museum using unskilled people. Otherwise, it took really skilled people to operate the museum because there were about 256 switches which had to be remembered and operated. Because the museum, we have a commentary and along with which we show the working of the museum, a 25-minute commentary, storyline basically, which incorporates all the action of the museum in that. 2 years back, we have started a new museum at Y and at Mapro Food Park in near Y on the way to Mahabaleshwar. This is a video of that new museum. This is a much more modern museum because the museum in Pune was made 25 years back, and we haven't changed much, anything much in that museum. But the one at Y has been made about 2 or 3 years back using the latest technology, and it has trains like high-speed trains and metro trains and other buildings, and a transport hub kind of station which has buses running through it, metro running through it, and high-speed trains running through it. So this is the new museum at Y. Now we have progressed from just having a museum to actually manufacturing the miniature models, and which was Bhau's dream when he started the business. But now we are making models for Indian Railways as well as for the hobby market. We have supplied models to Swiss Railways, a model of the Jungfrau Railway, which goes to the highest train, highest point in Europe. Uh, Now we have also made training rooms, model training rooms for the Indian Railways at Madgaon and at Dharwad. The training model at Dharwad consists of 5 stations, and everything that is there in a live station is replicated at the model room. So the panel is a full-size panel, but the panel operates the actual model. So you can actually see when you press some buttons on the panel, you can see the signals changing, you can see the points changing. And when the train passes, you can see how the signals change back to red. And so it is a very useful training model. And you can actually make mistakes over there and find out what you did wrong. So that is the sort of training rooms we are making. We are also making industrial models for people like Thyssen Group and
Yeah.
in industrial area. So my son Devavrat has now joined me in this effort, and he has done his degree in electronics and communication, and after which he worked as an intern in a German company called Pico, which is a manufacturer of model trains. So he is also the third generation now who are into trains. And because he has joined us now, we are continuing this tradition of model railways, and we are making a lot of new models. Like we at present we have an order for 500 pieces of the Vande Bharat train model, which is under production right now. That's all. Anybody wants to ask any question?
Ravi, do you have pictures of the Indian training room and your layouts and stuff like that? That is something we'd like to see.
Yeah.
Can you show us the Vande Bharat model, even if it's not complete?
Vande Bharat model right now.
Even if it's just a shell, that's also good. You can close this video screen so that you'll become bigger. Yeah. You can stop the sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Yeah. Are these models made in Pune itself?
Yeah.
In the Soravani factory?
Yes.
Okay.
This is from Dharwad.
Okay. Share the screen.
Yeah. This is a picture of the Dharwad model. Just model room, I mean.
So do you use imported models on the
Yeah,
Indian
the working
scenario?
models are imported. The actual working locomotives are imported.
Okay.
Tracks are imported, but the electronics and the software is made here.
Okay.
Like, this is the actual panel. This is the block instrument, and this is the layout on which is operated by this panel.
We can see only the 3 locomotives. We haven't seen the other screens.
You can't see the screen?
Yeah, share the screen rather than an individual screen.
Yeah.
The first panel on the left side, share screen and share screen. Share screen at the bottom. And share the screen on the left. So that will show us whatever you're looking at.
I can't find that share screen.
At the bottom, you have a share screen button, the green one. Mute, stop video, participants. No?
1 minute.
Okay. Get Devadatta. Young people
Yeah.
know the computers.
तो screen share कर. आपण उससे एक individual picture share झाला होता.
You have to go to meeting and say view meeting controls.
Yeah.
हे हा दिसत नाही एवढाच दिसतो. Yeah. Can you see now?
It started. We are yet to see the screen. You can see it has started sharing, but
it's loading. Yeah.
yeah. In the meantime, we've got a lot of comments from people, complimentary this thing. Vinita Srivastava has said, warm regards to your respected father in your efforts in perpetuating his memory with the handcrafting modeling in the Indian context. This needs strong encouragement. Okay, yeah. Now we can see the block instrument, yeah. And the panel on the left, yeah.
It's
So the
still loading. It seems to be very slow.
Yeah. So the trainers actually work on these instruments, but the layout is being controlled from this.
Like what happens is normally the panels and the block instruments are in the station master's cabin.
Right.
Which is in a room in the building.
Yes.
So you can't actually see the signals changing, or you can't see the points operating, or you can't see the train passing through.
Yes.
But in the model, you can actually stand behind the panel.
Yeah. I have a video of the various museums. Sanjoy Mookerjee sir has shared some a video of the highlights of various museums in India. So I'll just play that, and in case Ravi comes back online, then we'll continue with that. So I'll just share that. Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Ravi, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let's
some problem with the net. I joined on the phone actually right now.
Just wait till the video runs out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Ravi, continue.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
to be able to join on the laptop.
That's all right. That's all
I've
right.
joined on my
That's all
phone.
right. That's all right. We have 3 minutes. So, yeah.
Yeah. So
We were talking about the Dharwad and the Madgaon.
yeah, so the Madgaon model room consists of 3 stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can you see now?
Yeah. So silence one of your mics. You're joined at 2 places. Yeah.
Okay, we can perhaps go to the next presentation.
Yeah.
I'll try
Ravi,
to share the screen. 1 minute.
yeah, just show one last view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the model of the Vande Bharat,
Okay.
which we are making right now.
Okay. So 500 numbers, is it?
And
In large quantities, right?
yeah, and we have an order for 500 pieces.
Okay. Fantastic. Is it the entire rake or only the power coach or other side?
The power coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So, Ravi, thank you so much for taking time off and showing us all this wonderful thing. And his museum is a must visit if you come to Pune or if you're going to Mahabaleshwar. And we'll have a larger session with you in the regular monthly meetings at some later date.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.